Game number 1, Aldrich Pass. Masters Clash continues, everybody. Now we got Chili Mountain against the Masters Clash Academy. Yeah, Chili Mountain is obviously Team Wah, just in case if you guys didn't get the memo yet. So it's a similar deal that the Hardos have with Oxygen Esports for the CCL and for the Masters Clash. The teams are now playing under the name of that org. So right now we got our first map in the best of 2 Masters Clash. Again, we are currently down to the final 8 teams, and those teams play a round robin system to determine the teams that make it to the offline event, which takes place in Paris. There's 12,000 euros on the line. And the way that this is working is that with the best of 2 series that are played out in the round robin, if you win both maps, you get 3 points. If you tie with your opponent, each team gets 1 point. And if you find yourselves at the top 3 at the end of the round robin, you directly qualify for the main event. If, on the other hand, you are not able to push into the top 3, you're not quite out yet, there's a 4th team that's been sent to Paris, and that's going to be determined through a gauntlet. So you still want to be as high up in the ranking as you can to make sure that you don't have to play a whole lot of games, need to make an entire run through that thing. So we got for Alderac a big map, obviously. So immediate question is, what's happening with the globals? What's happening with the Haka? What's happening with Falstad? What's happening with Brightwing? Are we getting the Vikings? Probably not. But those are questions that need to be answered here. And Lucio is banned for more or less the same reason. He's one of the heroes that can speed your entire team up, so it helps to have that advantage here. But yeah, Dibble's banned. I am a little bit surprised that a Nubarak got not banned against the red team. So the question is that something that the MC Academy is locking in for themselves? Nagrom is, by the way, back. So I'm not quite sure what exactly went on there, but Nagrom is back to business. Now, if they don't pick a Nubarak, chances are that Masquerade is going to get that again. And as I say it, I'm realizing that Masquerade isn't playing for them today. And that instead they're playing with Farazan, aka Modchik here, who's subbing in. Now Masquerade always plays, or nearly always plays, a Nubarak here if he can. And there's the pick on the other side. I like it. The reason is simple. With a Nubarak, you can make it towards the objective and trigger it while your beetles are distracting those grunts. And that is insanely annoying. So you need to at least have one hero that guards that a bit whenever Nubarak makes his way over there. And this is a bit of a cheeky one. Can also help you to push on the side, so it's another one there too. Brightwing and Blaze are currently taken here. And, well, with that, we have our first global in the game. Stukov and Junkrat as a follow-up. Good follow-ups on a Nubarak stun. If Nagrom connects the stun, then Warren can follow up with Stukov Lurking Arm. And on top of that, you also have Junkrat's Mine. So, isolation plays are definitely a thing here. That's a decent one. Now, but that's said and done. Sylvanas gets banned. I mean, it's already annoying enough that a Nubra can help with split pushing. But if you have Sylvanas against you too, that problem is obviously even bigger. And most of the question now, what do you ban against the other team now? Who's playing main tank for them anyways? It's not gonna be Modchek. He's gonna play damage. He's probably going to try later to lock in his Mephisto in one game. I doubt it's going to be here. Yeah, so maybe they have to have Dainu on the main tank position. It's a bit wild. They definitely need to shift around with their roles. Slightly. So let's see what they can do now. But then again, MC Academy is also struggling in the ranking a bit. And of course, Chili Mountain, one of the top teams. Easy top 3 position for them right now. Here comes Tyrael, and we have Falstad. Yeah, talking about the birdie. So double layer of defense with Tyrael Sanctification and Blaze Bunker. And on top of that, we now have Falstad. And therefore a global in the game. Okay. Leaves us with a bit more damage from our check. And yeah, the last 2. Cookie and Vetters. We need a side laner for them. And it's Urel. Urel and Phoenix. Look at you. Phoenix is in the house. Can't go wrong with Protoss. That's apparently the thought process there. But yeah, so the good old engage between a Nubarak and Urel. Definitely a very, very nice combo. Has been for ages. And here comes Hanzo. The final pick on Aldrich Pass for Chili Mountain. So let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Team aka Chili Mountain, against the MC Academy. Game number 1, MC Academy against Chili Mountain. Aldrich passed the map, and on the left side we got Vetters on Urel, the Panda Colada on Phoenix, Cookie on Junkrat, Nagrom on his main tank Nubarak. We got Warren on Stukov, and on the right side we got Dainu on Teriel, Banana H on Brightwing, Modcheck aka Farazan is playing Hanzo, subbing in today for Masquerade, Ultralisk is playing Falstad, and Dayquaza is playing Blaze. Alright, with that we are off to the races. On level 1, the Ardent Restoration for Teriel. And the birdie is down at the bottom of the map, already sneaking in a little bit. Seems like they're not eager to fight the early game here. Pleb Horse on Cookie. That's an F. No. I don't think I can endorse that. And he gets nearly murdered. You know why? Because he's having the wrong mount. Would you have respect for a player that rides into your lane with a Pleb Horse? Oh, of course you wouldn't. If he, on the other hand, domesticates the dangerous animal that lives in the wild, kills bears and dragons, the money pig, then you have respect for that hero. So yeah, but either way, for now we got topside our Hanzo against Urel going up against them. We already have a couple of camps taken. Again, in case they're a little bit newer to this is like the camp on the map. I mean, first of all, it's the only camp outside of you going for a boss, but also this one should be taken whenever it comes up immediately. Not the camp is available and a minute later you move your lazy ass over there. You want to pretty much take that camp every single time it pops up as quickly as you can, because it's pretty strong, there's a lot of work, and if you do it and your opponent doesn't, then eventually that mid lane is yours. So yeah, if you're a little bit lower, if you're playing in Plastic or Wood League or whatever, that's one of the things that you should keep in mind a little bit, and ideally of course communicate with your teammates. Which, by the way, at this point leads me again to promoting Heroes Lounge. If you are tired of the shit show that is Storm League and Quick Match or whatnot, and you actually want to play, you know, to win and with like-minded people, and talk a little bit about, hey, what can we improve, how can we get better, what should we do with the draft, then join an amateur league. Really do it. I mean, there's amateur leagues on pretty much every single server, but when we're talking about Europe, the biggest one is Heroes Lounge. You can go to heroeslounge.gg and sign up there. They have a very active Discord, are very friendly with that. They have a very good FAQ. You can join there with like friends, you can join alone in one of the free agent teams, and it doesn't matter if you are like a Plastic League player or if you are like knocking on Grandmaster. Either way, they will have a place for you. So if you want to actually experience Heroes of the Storm the way that it is intended to be played, that's the way to go. Just as a side note. Okay, with all of that said and done, haven't gotten a kill yet. The prisoner camp is obviously up, but normally before level 7 we're not seeing too many moves being made for it. But this is exactly what I talked about earlier. Look at Nagrom. He's already here, just waiting for it. And he is going to make that little beetle play that normally we are seeing a lot for Masquerade. And that's where these guys have to already make some plays. You see, double beetle, immediately attacking. And if Brightwing wasn't here, he could already start channeling that. So there's that. Now, something that we're going to see quite a bit. Also, as explained, boom, camp is back up, and immediately both sides are taking it. Dayquaza being a bit slower here. Fight is still breaking out between the two camps, and Dainu is making it out of the fight and get some Brightwing assistance too. But that got a little bit more dicey there for just a second. Alright, Nubarak fine so far. Now 1 versus 1 continues between the Panda Colada and Ultralisk at the bottom of the map. Okay, Stukov, careful my friend. Yeah, they're actually getting really aggressive around the camp very early now. Haven't seen a kill yet, but there's a level 7 talent for both sides. Brightwing. Vetters, body block, and that might be a problem. Okay, Urel has the cooldown back. If not for the cooldown, that could have been a bit of a problem here. But alright, so they're making their way back out. We got on level 7 now, the combat advantage. And Falstad, hello, is getting a kill. Nice, with the help of Brightwing. Brightwing is actually putting the final touch on that one. Ultralisk can therefore start attacking the structures down at the bottom. Nagrom escaping up at the top. But they are already getting pressured back. And yes, Hanzo is jumping into the wrong direction here. So it's a counter kill against the red team, but at least they're also getting Junkrat. So still a 2-for-1 kill lead. And they have now access to the camp and could possibly get a little bit ahead here. So of course a winner takes all objective, but getting the initial lead is kind of nice. Yeah, sound effects on that one are always wild. Yeah, they let the grunts do the work. But that already means that they are down to 50%. Not bad. So we got still 12 stacks for Falstad. As far as stacking goes, there's actually not really too much going on. But here comes the blue team now making these little annoying plays with the beetles. And they are getting slowly ahead here. Okay. Now 1 kill to 2. But still level 9 on both sides. I like that they're getting both a bit aggressive around the objective, but now level 10 is obviously going to be the big one. I gotta admit, part of me wants the Cracker. Like, nothing made me laugh more than when we had this murky Octograb into Planet Cracker combo. That was just too good. But yeah, it should be the salvo in this game. There's not enough stun chains to get Cracker value, but it would be kind of glorious. So they are already diving around the prisoner camp again, and so far Tyrell isn't here, but is making his way over now. Another kill, Ultralisk mercilessly dropping Junkrat, and we get Judgment! Dainu comes in with a Judgment, the stun follow-up from Hanzo is second too late, but it still connects, and they get another kill. Goodbye, Stukov. That's nice. Real good aggression from them now. And all of a sudden, the equation changes quite significantly because Stukov is now in trouble. Judgment from Tyrael, meaning, of course, that Dainu needs to be a bit more careful, but here comes the first objective. They're going to get this one. Prisoner camp has been unleashed. So the raiders get out of Twitter jail. Daddy Elon has mercy and releases them. And they can unleash their havoc onto the world now, and especially the blue team, as they're making their way over. It's Raider time, baby! So, 4 kills to 1, thanks to those little picks that we just saw on level 10, and the quick and explosive plays that were made by Chili Mountain shortly after. Now, the question, of course, remains, how much damage can they do with it? It's only the first objective, but, team, if they can get a few more kills like this one, against Phoenix, then they will get a lot of value here. Yeah, Ultralisk is having a great game so far. Flies in the mid lane, so they're trying to shift it again. Judgment is already out, but I'm not sure if they can get the kill this time. Reptile, arrow! And Warren is nearly dead, but cannot be fully killed, but they're taking the fort. With all of the fights that are happening right now, they are at least pushing them back from the structure so they can't properly defend them, which means that here in the mid lane the fort is nearly destroyed. Might fall, not quite, but there it is. Dequaza with a final blow. Now down at the bottom of the map, the fort also takes more damage, but the big fight is happening at the top, where another one is already so low that they should be able to pick this up at some point. So, yeah, great plays here. Oh, that was a nice one, too. Dainu with a big shove and the get the hell out of my team fight move. But, yeah, a bit isolated, but is able to make it out of the battle. Also because there's no fort in the middle of the map. He has an escape path. Level 13 talents are now also ready. And Dainu gets some Brightwing assistance. They want this one. They definitely want it. And Judgment is back up. They got Judgment. If they want to judge someone, they can. And it seems like the Panda Colada has a problem. The arrow is in. And that's a kill. Da-da-da-da! Easy kill on Phoenix. Now Junkrat is down to... no, he isn't. So they kick a Nubarak. Poor Nubarak. So it was actually a Nubarak that died here, not Junkrat. I'm not quite sure. They're not really all that similar. Not quite sure why I mixed that up. But yeah, Nubarak got even kicked. They really hate the cockroach. So now instead they're also with 7 kills to 1 making a move for the boss up at the top. And yeah, things are looking very, very good for Chili Mountain in game number 1. Alterac Pass is, at least up to this point, definitely their domain. Yep, there's the boss, and there's not really anything that the blue team could have done They are also not moving down to the bottom there. By the way, the camp, as you can see, this time it's only the blue team that takes it, because the red team instead went for the boss play. And you can already see how much damage they're doing here. So that's one of the reasons why I highlighted earlier that you should always go for that camp if you can. Even with the first one, they already do an enormous amount of damage here. This one hasn't been taken yet, mainly because the red team not only took the boss, but then immediately moved down to the bottom of the map. Boss is obviously knocking at the top keep wall already, and it seems like they're instead going for the objective now. But Blaze has, by now, split off and is taking the null camp. So yeah, sitting right there. Whereas the boss is opening the wall up. It's an early boss before the 10-minute mark, so it's not really scaling too heavily. A good attack here again against the Panda Colada. Gotta be real careful. Dainu's judgment is very, very annoying. But yeah. So, there we go. Another quick play for maybe Tyrael. No, they're isolating. Oh, well, they were trying to isolate him, but the hit. How did that not hit anything? That arrow did connect with nothing. Falstead with the gust to make sure that Tyrael is still safe and doesn't die, but now instead it seems like Nagrom is maybe gonna fall. They barely save him. Good job by Suko, but the battle is not over by any means. More poke damage from Hanzo, and they take Phoenix down again. The judgment against Urel might be the end of the road for her. She dies, and so does Stukov. It's a slaughter, and at the bottom of the map, seems like Junkrat is not gonna make it either, so he is dead too. By now, we got camps pushing the mid lane. That's obviously, once again, our mid lane camp in action. Up at the top, the keep is taking damage because of the minion wave. They're going for the objective, and at the same time, we have the rest of the team moving on to the boss. They're literally hitting everything they can possibly hit. They're going for every position here. They have level 16 talents now, so they're heavily ahead on that account. Mid lane wall has been nearly taken down here. Again, that camp is super powerful. And they will easily now take the bottom key at the bottom fort, and they're getting the objective too. Plus, they have a level 16. That's insane. That's an insane push that is coming now towards the MC Academy. And there's a pain train and a half here. That's gonna hit. Yeah, that's the Terry Tate pain train, and it's already taking charge. Yeah, there's a run-up already happening right there. If you're really quiet, you can hear it. So, boss at the bot lane. Raiders are unleashed. Still waiting for level 16 for the Academy. And Urel, careful, baby. Is he gonna go Judgment? Do they have a chance to isolate her? I don't really think so. Vados is low. Yep, there's Judgment. Judgment and the kill. That's a disaster, especially since at the bottom of the map, Junkrat died too. So now they are down 2 heroes. Yeah, it just hurts. The pain is there, and it might be the end of the game. Unbelievable performance here by Chili Mountain in game number 1. 15 kills to 1. Only Mocek was feeding a bit. He's the only one that died, jumped into the fort. Was the only escape path, to be fair, but still funny. And here it is. They're making the play for it. Even with 2 shields there. Even with 2 armor shields. But since it's a 5-man team, wipe. Who's going to deal with it? The answer is no one. So that's a victory. 3-level advantage. Even the Gust, just to play it safe. And a solid 13-minute victory on All-Drag Pass for Chili Mountain.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Chili Mountain with a 1-0. Looking good here. Even with the sub, they're destroying at least an All-Drag Pass. Now, as usual, the team that loses can decide whether they want to have map choice or whether they want to have first pick, first ban. And the MC Academy decided that they want to pick the map, so they picked Infernal Shrines. And we'll see. At the same time as this is going on, like, I'm still a little bit torn. So my chat actually recommended me to watch, I forgot what it's called. Wait a second. Oh god. I forgot what the shitty show is called. Like, I actually forgot. Not Succession. I came up with Succession because they baited me already once. Starts with an S2, I think. Anyways, okay. This is already going off the rail. I'm going to look it up before we're going into the game. But yeah, recommendations of chat are always a little bit weird when it comes to TV shows because it oftentimes really seems that we have very, very different tastes in shows. And it seems like some people just don't really watch a whole lot because it's always like, this is amazing. So, yeah. But either way, so the last time that I got one recommended was actually Succession. And I watched it, and it was like, okay, but it was like a little bit meh at the same time, and a lot of it seemed a little bit like far-fetched. I was like, yeah, whatever. It's like, you know, gets the time there. But yeah, either way. Severance was the name again. So Severance apparently supposedly like very, very good. So I have to watch that now, and I'm a bit curious if that's going to be another letdown or not. Because I actually checked it out on IMDb and the description sounds a bit weird. But then again, there's always like shows, you know, where you can't properly describe what it's all about and what the actual appeal is. So we'll give that one a shot. But yeah. Oh boy, yeah. The hunger is the problem here. I'm not remembering things anymore. Okay, Blaze as our first pick now in Infernal Shrines. We get Hogger and Tychus, so yeah, they get exactly what they want. They didn't hesitate, they came in, bam bam, get their picks, and are good to go. Alright. I have the problem with books a whole lot. Like, I've been reading my entire life. I read a lot, I read very fast, and I read shit tons of books. And there's a lot of people that, you know, like, don't read a lot. They read the occasional book, and then they're really blown away by a book because it's like the first time that they're being introduced to a certain concept or to a certain author or to a certain storyline. And they think like, oh my god, this is great. But if you have a little bit more context to what to compare it to, then a lot of these things are pretty mediocre. And that's a trap that I regularly fall into. Especially, for example, when all of these Lord of the Rings books were really popular back in the day. You had like the dwarves. And boy, that was such a transparent script. It was so boring. Like within the first 50 pages, you could already tell pretty much every single reveal. It's like, oh my god, really? Yeah, called that on page 10. So yeah, it was a little bit weird. Fantasy is particularly susceptible to that in my opinion. One of the good ones, by the way, that I got recommended recently, the guy that recommended it wanted to gifted me the book on Amazon, but for some reason Amazon has problems with like Amazon Germany and Spain, was Hail Mary from the author that also wrote The Martian. And it was really, really good. Really enjoyed it. Not the best book ever, but a couple of really cool concepts when it comes to sci-fi. And yeah, could have been a bit better. I think if you would have toned it down on a few of the things and went more the rendezvous with Rama way, that would have been kind of nice. But that was a good one. So if you're actually looking for a book that is a decent read, I can definitely recommend that. But either way, bit of a side tangent here as we're heading through our draft. So we got the Haka, got Maiev, got Hanzo and Stukov. So an actual Blaze main tank here. Okay, for Dequaza. On Shrines you can get away with that. I mentioned that in the context of a different match where Lauer was playing. But then again, you got Nagrom on Jojo, so that's already a beefy front line. Ultralisk on Maiev, that's obviously... that is just always awesome for him. Are they actually putting the Haka main tank in, now that I'm looking at this a little bit more closely? Because Dainu's playing the Haka, and Dequaza is likely... We'll see. But either way, we get Cookie on Deathwing. And with that, guys, let's go. Game number 2 in the series. Chili Mountain is in the lead. Let's see if the MC Academy can bring it back. MC Academy on the left with Vetters on Hogger. Cookie on Deathwing. Nagrom is playing Johanna. Warren is on Rhaegar, and Panda Colada on Tychus. On the right side of the map, it's Chili Mountain with Dainu and Blaze. We got Modcheck, the sub, on Hanzo, Banana H on Stukov, Dequaza on Dehaka, and Ultralisk on Maiev. Continuing the book run for just a second, one of the things, for example, that always tilts me is like one of the most overrated authors that currently exists, and it's actually a shame, is Sanderson. Sanderson is being praised for so much stuff and everybody is like always hyped, and I honestly don't get it. The guy is absolutely incapable of finishing a series without completely ruining it. I've never seen an author that has so much talent, has so many good ideas, and where the concept less is more applies more than to him. It's a lesson that that guy apparently never learned. So many of his books are great. You start with the first book, he introduces a new concept, he has a great idea, and it's just like, oh, this is awesome, this has potential. And he consistently starts to ruin his series on book 2 or at the latest on book number 3 by trying to tie too many things together in a storyline perspective, and yeah, it is just really tilting me. Especially with the Way of Kings, it absolutely, I was so mad. First book was great, and was like, hey, this is actually cool. That's a little bit weird, what you're trying to do here, but I kind of like it. And then he just tried to connect all of his side stories in a really weird way, and it's just so frustrating. It feels like that guy is his own biggest enemy. I mean, all of a sudden it turns out that the two allies, they had like the long-lost brother of guy 1 killed the dog of the sister of the uncle of guy number 2, and now they don't get along anymore. It's like, it's so fucking dumb. It's like so many soap opera elements that he introduces, like, every time. There's so many people that are like, Sanderson, 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 and I'm always sitting there, it's like, shut the fuck up. So yeah, it's, tilting. I really wait for the day where he's like really surprising me because he's able to just like bring out a perfect series, because he definitely has the potential. Yeah, untapped potential, or not untapped, but like what's the word I'm looking for? Unrealized potential is something that tilts me a little bit, but yeah. Yeah, but either way. And don't get me wrong, like he's not horrible. It's just like he's overrated. He's not nearly as good as people are trying to make him out to be. Decent author. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't read any of his books if he wasn't. But definitely not nearly as good as people are trying to make out to be. Okay, 2-minute rant about that. So let's focus a little bit more on heroes. And so far, things are not really going well for the blue team, I gotta admit. Seems like we are continuing where we left off in game number 1, because Chili Mountain already has 2 kills, and what's a bit more important, they have a level lead. So they took 3 out of the 3 camp at the bottom, as you can see. So all 3 camps locked in by them. And now that they are also taking their Siege Giant camp, this is a very early level 7 that they're going to have for objective number 1. So that's that. I gotta admit that this is going to be difficult for the MC Academy, because without level 7, how you are dealing with this is beyond me. Now they need kind of a kill now, and to be fair, Chili Mountain doesn't have that level 7 yet, but obviously they're gonna get it quickly. They also still have the Haka on the side lanes, so that's another problem. Yeah, they swapped heroes, by the way, so the Quasar is now on the Haka, and Dainu, as expected, is in the main tank position on Blaze. Oh, beautiful stun! Dainu, you little bastard. What a fantastic stun here. He gets a jet propulsion hit against 3 of them, and now they're getting another kill, and they might even get a Rega too. Warren is trying to get away, and he might escape here. Yeah, actually, I gotta give him some credit. This is not bad what he's doing. I think he's gonna finally fall, but he made them work for it, so he definitely did. But the real fight was this one. Look at that jet propulsion. Check this one out. Beautiful. Perfect timing. Comes in, gets the jet propulsion, and then on the back of it, they're getting 2 easy kills, and of course, eventually also the one against Rega himself. So now we got 37. Yeah, 37 out of 40. They locked the final few stacks in, and that's another objective. The first one objective for them. And, well, here we go. Easy move straight through the bot lane. Well, now with 6 kills to 0, they're hoping to take the first fort down. And the leading experience is, of course, expanded even further. Is he getting a solo kill again? De Quasar, can you, for the love of God, leave the people on the solo lane alone? Don't you know that you're not supposed to get these kills? I mean, hail to the king, baby, right? For sure.
Hail to the king,
so, yeah.
baby.
They are murdering. 5 minutes in, they have 7 kills to 0. They're nearly on level 10, and the first fort is taken out. But yeah, De Quasar is such a fucking monster on the side lane. It's incredible. How is this guy continuously just getting these solo kills in time and time and time again? It's absolutely nuts. But yeah, so for now, we got with level 10, big plays potentially. They're 2 levels ahead, guys. They're gonna have such a nice window now, where the blue team is just sitting there and has to take the beating. It might not lead to kills, they might not be able to engage that battle, but they're definitely going to do some structural damage. Look how deep they're diving, because they know they can get away with it. They know they can pull it off. There's the bunker, they're just trying to go for another fort and take it because the opponent can't really fight back. It's like two groups started a street fight and only one has baseball bats. So yeah, there we go. They go for Vetters, they get the kill, Horga is down. And they're gonna go for Nagrom next. Yep. 9 kills to 0. What a play. Chili Mountain. They are crushing them. Absolutely crushing them. What an early game. They're 2 levels ahead now. We are 6 kills in. Yeah, Chili Mountain, they are again moving through the MC Academy like hot butter through cheese. The extra flavor included here. I mean, damn, call them butter because they are on a roll. All right. Hold the lettuce, hold the cheese because they are going ham. 0 kills for the blue team. Maybe now with level 10 they can finally lock one in. At least they have Odin for the next objective, so that's going to help a little bit. But yeah, we got with level 10... there's a lot of stun, by the way. They got Shockwave and they went for Blessed Shield, so they have at least a few options to try and take him down here. Already, we got the Blessed Shield out, the Shockwave follows, but they don't have the damage follow-up. They needed that too. Stunning them alone doesn't do the trick here. Good Ancestral to keep Horga alive, but the rest of the team is running. Everybody is on the move, trying to get out of that little death trap that Chili Mountain was setting for them. Ultralisk is also getting away here. Where's his damage, by the way? Where is good old Ultralisk on the damage? He's on the same level as Hanzo, looking at a solid 21,000. Way ahead anything what we're seeing from the blue team here. Cookie's down to 50% HP. They're working on the last remaining fort. And they take Jojo down. The crusade has ended. Ugh. So, they're trying to get a kill. Dainu! Nope, he doesn't make it either. Deathwing mutates into Deadwing. We got Tychus also dropped. The Shrine is up in 8. They have a 2-level lead. They got a level 13 talent advantage. They go for the objective. Horga has to deal with the bot lane, which is also taking damage, as you can see here, because of the minions that moved in. But, oh my god. Yeah, this isn't going well. Yeah, but again, obviously, that is something that happens when you have one of the top 3 teams play against one of the bottom 3 teams here. We had the Hardos with a similar performance on one of the Tomb of the Spider Queen games that we saw on the same playdate today. Maybe the Academy can somehow bring that back, but yeah. Banana H is pausing the game. Yeah, wants to pat himself on the shoulder a little bit for a job well done in the last couple of fights. Can't blame the man. Some really good plays and saves from him, also setting all of these kills up. And it seems like the rest of the team is maybe... I was honestly for a second a little bit afraid that Ultralisk might have dropped again. Seems like his internet problems, at least occasionally, are back. And yeah, Dequasa is currently ganked up a bit. So maybe part of the reason why they're pausing the game here is that he's experiencing some issues. The one thing that he is definitely experiencing is a severe case of looming death. So if he can get away here, that would be quite the trick. Does he get the assist? Yes, he does. But there it is. The feeder has been eliminated. Goodbye, my friends. Yeah. Big shove. Ding. All right, so now we have a 5 versus 4. Finally, the MC Academy with a bit of a play. Oh! Get fucked. What a hit. Modcheck with a homing missile. Yeah. Rhaegar thought he was safe, and then the big hit right there. Love it. Absolutely love it. That one was on point, and they're still getting the objective. They're just waiting for the Haka to be back. So off we go. We got 13 kills to 1. At least it's not a perfect game for Chili Mountain, so they got their kill. You gotta start small, right? Just gotta start small. And by the way, with 39 stacks, they're delaying this. The reason why they're not taking this, it's pretty simple. They want to take the camp, and they want to get to level 16. So if they can do both, then they will definitely try and combine the level 16 lead with a push. So that's the play here. But yeah, either way, now they're going for Horga. They take him down too. Big cage, big damage, big kills. The Quasar misses the drag. Then we got the Frozen Punisher. Deathwing is deaded again. Level 16 talents already. And I guess Nagrom finds himself also a bit in a pickle here. But he should be able to get away. Rhaegar has learned his lesson the last time. This time he dodges. Yeah, you don't have to catch everything that people throw at you, a little doggy here. I know that dogs do that quite regularly, but there's certain things that you should probably not try to catch. So either way, with a 3-level advantage and kill after kill after kill, there is absolutely no question that this is going to be the first keep that falls. But the one thing that we still have to answer is whether or not the MC Academy is losing game number 2 right here, right now. Red team is not going for it though. They're apparently trying to play this safe. Don't want to risk anything here. Unless, of course, they get a couple of kills. Then would be a different story. And at the top lane, they can actually transition over and take another keep down. Which they probably should try and aim for now. So, yeah. Deathwing is dead. He just doesn't know it yet. Now the news has finally sunk in. And with that kill, plus another keep destroyed, there's a chance that they're going to go for the core after all. Especially if they can get another kill. But Vedas gets saved by Rhaegar. The core has already taken some shield damage, but they're running out of mana here. That's the bigger problem that they have. They don't have enough mana. Another kill though. Goodbye Rhaegar. Goodbye Tychus. Goodbye Horga. Goodbye MC Academy. That's another 5-man team wipe. And they go straight for the core to end the next game. That's a 2-0 victory. That's 3 points for Chili Mountains for the leaderboard. Nicely done. Well-deserved victory here on Infernal Shrines, and more trouble for the MC Academy as they find themselves pretty much at the bottom of the standings at this point. GG, well played.